All right. Hello, friends, and anyone that's out there. I'm still trying to learn the StreamYard. So give me just a minute if anyone is on to invite my friend and get everything set up. Okay, there's the comments. Oh, hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be doing this Readlong, Knitalong, and I do have a hashtag. So if you are going to be posting, you can use the hashtag RALKAL 2024, and that will work on Instagram. I already have a couple of things on there, the announcement posts. So all of the posts will be grouped together because I would love to see your projects, whether you're going to be knitting socks or if you're going to be not knitting and just reading the book and have some thoughts that you want to post. I think that that hashtag will help us keep all of that together. So I need reading glasses. With these glasses, I don't have like bifocals or anything. So I'm going to be 6 eyes today. All right, let's see. Oh, Grandma Susan, welcome. And Jamie, welcome. Amanda, so good to see you all. Esther Jane. Oh, this is so exciting. I'm so excited. All right, so are all of you knitting? Let me know. Let's see who's still at work. Jamie's still at work, but about to close. Good deal. Amanda, you haven't learned to knit, but always want to. You know, knitting is so fun, and I tried to learn 3 times before it stuck. So if you've tried and you think you can't do it, just try again. My recommendation is to use wooden needles and to use wool yarn, because the acrylic yarn in combination with metal needles, which is how I try to learn twice, it's too slippery and you tend to like knit really tight, and then you could get frustrated and quit. So my grandma taught me how to knit when I was really little. By the time I was like 18, I had forgotten everything. One of my friends, she's like, let's learn to knit together, and I was like, okay. So we started to do some knitting, and she knit a sweater, and it took me the same amount of time to knit one slipper, and it was so tight and I had such a horrible time that I thought knitting's not for me. And then in 2005, I was at Michael's doing some craft shopping, and there was a magazine that had a sweater on the cover, and it was a crochet magazine. Was it a crochet? No, it was a knit magazine, but it had a crochet insert. And my grandma also taught me how to crochet, and that was easy. I never gave up on that. Guys, I'm going to let my friend in. Hey, Cher.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. So I'm cheating a little because technically I'm on my break from work. I'm not off until 3:30.
Oh,
So I'm on my break till 3:15, and then hopefully we can like start some sprints at that time, and I can finish off my 15 minutes of work and then close that out and be back to here. Um, but yeah, I was just kind of giving my knitting backstory, and I'm up to the part where I found a magazine at Michael's that had this sweater on the cover that I really wanted to do. But at the time, I only knew how to crochet. And I thought I need to start knitting again. Luckily,
right.
at that time, Cher was also learning how to knit, and she started a meetup group here in Northern California. And we met up at a coffee shop, and we were kind of in the same place as far as learning how to knit. So we really helped each other. And we haven't stopped knitting since, right?
Right. I don't think, I mean, we've taken little breaks here and there, but nothing major. We just keep knitting.
Yes. All right. So let's read some more comments here. Um, yeah. So Jamie says, I've tried to knit, but it's hard for me. I can crochet. Um, you know, everybody has their wheelhouse. Share how many times have you tried to learn how to crochet?
A lot. At least once a year, maybe once every 6 months. I can do a chain. I can get the chain going, and then it's just I think reading the pattern sometimes too throws me off from what I'm used to reading with knitting patterns. And then if I just get like a little bit off, then I'm like, I'll just start it over again later. And then I pick up a knitting project because I have tons of those laying around that are half finished, and then I go back to that. But I want to learn to crochet so badly because there's so many cute things out there and there's so many projects that I want to do, but I know eventually I'll just sit down one day and just do it.
Yep. And that's the thing. Just try again. Try with some different yarn, try with a different type of crochet hook, try a different size of yarn, until you get it down. Okay, let's see. Jamie says I'll have to try that. Amanda says thanks for the tips. And you guys, I'm still trying to figure this out. So if I can figure out how to pop the comments up on the video, I will do that as soon as I get caught up here. And my cat is like right here next to me. You might see his tail or his head come in front of the camera here. So let's see. Grandma Susan says, I'm listening to Up from Dust. Oh, I heard that was really good. Biblical fiction. No crafting here
Oh,
tonight. Looking forward to the book that you've selected for the month. Yeah, I am too. I'm super excited. I almost started it early and I was like, nope, I'll wait.
I know it was hard to not start.
And there we go. I figured it out. Courtney says, I taught myself how to knit from a book when I was a teen, but I don't do it often and haven't done any major projects. But welcome, Courtney. And whether you're going to try some knitting or not, we will have fun with this read along, knit along. Let's see. And Grandma Susan says, I learned to knit in junior high when I went to school in England. Are you from England? That's amazing. A wonderful memory. Loved the British school and the teacher who took the time to teach me knitting. Or did you just go to school in England, which is also very cool? I'm
Yeah,
jealous.
that's a cool.
Yeah. And Courtney says, I use a German or continental method of knitting. Oh, that's another thing. There's a couple of different ways that you can knit. You can knit throwing, that's also called English. And that's how I learned how to knit. Or you can do continental, which you're picking the yarn off of your left hand. And that's how I knit now. So it was when the third time I tried knitting, the book that I had showed the continental way. And so I was doing that, and that's how Cher also knit. So that like really helped. Have a buddy that's learning with you. You can bounce off of each other and try that. But continental knitting also, I find it easier to control the yarn than English.
Mm-hmm.
But I can do both now, which really helps if you're doing two color work, because I could do one color in each hand and pick off one and throw with the other. So
And
yeah,
do
but
you
it's
find
all
too, as a crocheter, that some people say continental is like similar to that? So sometimes it's easier because it's the same kind of motion if you're right-handed. That's what I've heard. I don't know for sure.
well, I would say yes, except that I think that when I'm knitting, I pick this way, like towards me, and when I'm crocheting, I pick up the yarn.
Oh, away. Okay.
So let's see. And Courtney says, I taught myself crochet before I could knit, and now I can't crochet at all. My brain doesn't want to do it. Maybe that's the problem, Cher.
I
Your
know. I feel
your
like
heart wants to, but your brain doesn't.
it's like, why are you going from two needles to one? Like it doesn't understand that.
And Grandma Susan says, my dad was stationed there and we went to British schools. That's really cool. That is really cool.
Yeah, that's great.
All right. So I'm just going to check in on work. So, Cher, if you want to show off your yarn and talk about that while I go do this over here, and I'll be right back.
Okay. So the yarn that I picked, I'll grab it out of my bag right here. Um, I got from Nanette Wake Studio. And I found her on Instagram, which is really cool. And she just does the most beautiful colorways. This one is called Witches Stockings. And it's like let's see, like purple, kind of a limey green with black. So very kind of like witchy looking. And then she also sent along a little mini with it that matches the main skein, which is this. Oop, let me go this way. I'm not used to going on camera. This really funky limey green. So I think I'm going to use that for the cuff and the toes, or maybe the cuff and the heel. I'm not sure. I don't think there's enough for all three, but I think it would be cool to use it on both of those. And then I'm going to use just a basic sock pattern. Or I think it's called the simple sock pattern. Basic sock number 4, or no, number 1 from the sock project book. So I'm going to use that pattern because I think that it'll be cool just to see how the colorway knits up. So I think it should be fun.
That's cool. So I checked in with work. Everything's cool. I have a couple
Yay.
more minutes before I have to check in again. So I have this yarn. And what was this studio,
It's
Cher?
called Nanette Wig
Nanette
Studio. Yep,
Nanette
here's the
Wake
label.
Studio. And this is Candy Corn Crush is the
Yep.
colorway that I'm going to be using. And so mine also had 2 little minis that came with it. And I think I'm going to do a yellow cuff and maybe an orange toe. I think probably. Or
Oh,
what do you guys think? Which way? Oh,
yeah, I think I like that.
yellow cuff, orange toe.
Yeah, I do. That's my vote.
Uh, let's see. Grandma Susan says beautiful yarn. Yeah, it's super cool. So Cher got me this yarn, which is amazing. So I got Cher. Well, I made the book covers for our books, and you guys,
Yeah.
I love a matchy match thing. So I made the book cover to match the colors of the book because I thought that
Yeah.
was super cute. And and then in case I want to annotate or mark off anything, especially for discussion, I found these that are kind of oranges and browns and stuff. So I thought that would be kind of matchy matchy for that.
That's
So,
perfect.
yes, I'm super excited. And because apparently, I bought like way more fabric than I needed. So I ended up making a little project bag,
Perfect.
yeah, to match my book cover. Let's see.
I'm using my bat bag that I got on the
Woo!
Sierra Nevada yarn crawl from Comma Craft Co. And
Yeah.
then I figured with that I can put this and my book and all my needles and everything else. And then I'm going to carry it when I take it in my oops,
Yeah. I
in
have
my
that
little
bag too.
Halloween bag that you
And
got
that's,
me. It's
yeah,
so
my
cute.
stuff
It's
is going.
perfect.
Mine stuff is going in there too. And Grandma Susan, thank you. She says both of you have beautiful yarn. And Amanda says, love flags for annotating. Me too. And I found like, I think it was like a ton of packs of these. How much was it? Like maybe 10 packs or more for like $12 on Amazon, and like all kinds of different color. So I got some for my, in this moment, I started it. And so I have some that kind of match the cover of this book in there. I'm so excited. I'm such a nerd. I was talking I was talking to my sister and I was telling her about the annotations and stuff. And I guess I got like too excited and she's like, "You are such a nerd." And I was
Hey, that nerds are good.
like, and Grandma Susan says, "Is anyone else working on a project besides our books?" Love to know. And Amanda says, yes, in this moment. Oh, I'm so excited. My cousin watched one of my YouTube videos, or maybe a couple, where I talked about when the day comes. And also, we had a family gathering around the time that I was reading it. So I was talking nonstop about it. And guys, this is why I started a booktube channel, so that I wouldn't bore my friends and family in person with all my book talk that they probably don't care about. And so, but anyways, I was talking about when the day comes to everybody and anybody that would listen to. And I guess I intrigued her because she picked it up. And so I went to see her a couple of weeks later. And she showed me the book that she was almost done reading, and she loved it. So she's already reading book 2, and she's actually ahead of me. A couple of days ago, she was at chapter 10. So I have some catching up to do.
Well, now she's hooked though.
Yeah. And Grandma Susan also loves the Timeless series. Yep, that's good. And Amanda's just working on editing videos right now. Haha, did I film Christmas videos today? Getting ahead. Guys, Amanda at Book Lover Amanda, if you're not already following her, you should. She's amazing. She's the one that really encouraged me. Well, because she encourages everybody to start a YouTube channel, but I just saw how much fun it looked like she was having with her channel, and I thought I want to do that too. So thank you, Amanda, because I've been having a blast these 3.5 months or so. 4 months. It'll be 4 months in a couple of days that I've been doing this. So thank you so much.
Yeah, that's
Hey, Ellery Quinn. Yo,
oh.
yo, yo. Oh my gosh, it's so good to have you, Elle.
It's she's probably on there. She probably couldn't believe it. She said, "Mom, YouTube? What are you talking about,
Yeah.
Mom? I don't know if you should be on the YouTubes."
Elle is Cher's daughter, and she's amazing. So I was a drama kid, and she is a drama kid. So I love it.
Yep, she definitely is.
And Amanda says, I love that. Aw. Aw, sister, love you too.
Oh,
Amanda, love that. Awesome. All right. So I don't know who's got yarn, who's ready to cast on. I talked, I think, a little in my video about the type of needles that I use. So these are Haya flyers, and there's 3 of them, and they kind of look like a circular, but not long enough to go around. So they're kind of, I guess they're called flexible DPNs. and it's a set of 3, the Hiya ones. I think you can
Mhm.
also get a set of 4 that I thought I saw that have like a shorter join. Um,
Oh.
so if you like to use like 4 DPNs or like a square, I guess, instead of a triangle or something, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, this is what I use. So I'm going to go ahead and start casting on. The pattern that I'm using is just I call it my vanilla bean sock because it's pretty much a vanilla sock, which is just plain Jane. But my ribbing is a little different. I don't do 1 by 1 ribbing. I do knit 2, purl 1. And then my heel, it's like a modified Eye of Partridge heel. It has like little garter edges on the sides of it. It's just my favorite sock pattern.
Mm.
And I have made so many socks that way that it's not really anybody else's pattern. It's like modifications that I've made to a ton of other patterns. And it's just the sock that I make now. So I'm going to go ahead and start casting on for that. I'm going to check in one more time with work here, and then I'm going to cast on. And Cher, you've already casted on?
I'm counting my stitches right now, so I think I've only got a few more to go. And then I will slide it over to the other 2 needles. I'm trying, I'm going to see how it goes on these. I'm using size 1 for this yarn. I've knit her stuff before in the past, but I don't know if I used ones or zeros. But I'm going to try the Zing, the Knitter's Pride Zings.
Mm.
So I'm hoping, I mean, it looks pretty good. It doesn't look that loose on here. So we'll see how it is after the, first few rows and then go from there.
I am also using size 1. Um, Depending on the yarn, like if it's thicker yarn, I'll use 1.5. So I might have to switch out my needles after I get going and see. The yarn that I was knitting before was a Regia, the Arnie and Carlos yarn, and it is thinner. So the size 1 worked really well for that. I could also use a 0, but my hands cramp up sometimes the smaller the needle. So
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try a 1. So, guys, as soon as I log off from work here, then I'll go ahead and start the sprint and we'll get our books if you're reading along and we'll read. What do you think, Cher? Half an hour for
Yeah,
the first
okay,
one?
so this is the whole thing. This is my first time doing a sprint. So I have my yarn, I have my needles, I have my book, but I was trying to figure out what it was. So you are the person, when you were talking about how you started a channel for this, you got me totally like into reading again and doing theme type reading too, like seasonal reading. So that's why I was like, oh, it's great. We knit together and we can knit and read together. So this is my first time. So I'm not sure about the whole process, but just tell me what to do and I'm here for it.
All right. So, let's start with a 30-minute sprint, unless anybody else has a better suggestion. And, well, let's go ahead and no, I was going to cast on, huh? All right. I will do that. And what did I decide? Yellow, a yellow cuff.
Yeah, I think yellow on the top.
Okay. So for my preference, I like to knit 60 stitches, and that usually fits me pretty well. And so I'm just going to count off here multiples 10, 40, 50, 60. So probably right around here. I do a long tail cast on, and we'll just get going. Putting my stitches on. Guys, I posted my knitting pattern. It took me a while because, like I said, it's in my head to like translate it to words, but I put it in the description of the announcement video. I'm also going to probably copy it over into the community tab. If y'all want to try a sock, you can try that one. I also linked in that announcement video a bunch of videos to different how to knit videos
Oh,
that
cool.
I found really useful. And also Knit Picks, I'm not sponsored by them in any way. They are an online yarn store, and they also have how-to videos, and they have a how to knit a sock video that looked really good. So I put the link for that on there. And also, if you have no source for buying yarn, like I always encourage you to go to local yarn stores and to support them so that we have that in our community. But Knit Picks has very affordable, pretty good quality yarn. So if you're looking for knitting supplies, again, not sponsored by them at all.
But they do have a great variety, which is nice. I think I almost 2, 4.
I think I'm going to have to angle my camera so you can see the knitting. Alrighty. Let's
68. I'm supposed to do 70.
So I have 30 on here, so I'm going to do the other 30 on the next needle. That way it's already set up.
Nope, 72.
So if you all are not doing the socks, but you're doing some other crafty project, please put that in the comments. I'd love to know if you're going to be working on a crafty project this month, if you're reading this book, or if you're picking some different book to read. I'd love to know all of that too. All right, it is 3:30, so we're going to go ahead and start the sprint. And like I said, let me know when we get back what everybody's been working on, or if you started the book or any other book, how far you've gotten on that. And I don't know how to do the background, so I'm just going to mute myself for the minute. And then once I log off of work and stuff, I'll see if I can figure out how to put some nice little ambiance on there. Sure, I don't know if when I mute, it mutes you too, or if you have to mute yourself.
Let me see. Well, can you still hear me? Thumbs up. Okay. Let's see.
All right. How did everybody do? So I got my cuff. All right. How did everybody do? I got my cuff cast on, and maybe 2 or 3 rows on there.
I got 1, 2, 4 rows.
I was not very coordinated, so I didn't do that. But look at this thing that I got, so that I could read while I'm knitting.
That is cool.
It holds the book. I think it's for like cookbooks, but it works. All right, let's see what we have here in the comments. Amanda says, I love journaling. I don't get to do it as much as I used to. Bible journaling, hand lettering, stickers, etc. I hope I can do some in the next month or two. Yeah, that what the videos that you've had that show that are so amazing. My handwriting is not great. And I have done like calligraphy and some other lettering, but it just seems to flow out of your pen, Amanda, and mine is just like I have to be very careful so it's not as free flowing as I would like it to be. And Esther Jane says that she has a book to finish for book club, and then we'll be starting the book right after. Good girl Ellery is not reading. She's doing homework right now.
Good job, Ellery.
And Jamie says it just got back from work and the store. Yeah, Amanda got her Christmas TBR video done, and she's doing November videos. Yay.
Hi.
And Grandma Susan says she had an obligation at 7. Thank you for the sprints. This was great, and hope you do this again soon. I will watch the replay tomorrow while I read. Well, thank you for coming and supporting Grandma Susan. I really appreciate that. And enjoy your book. And Amanda says, love that. Holds the book. Yes, it does. And thanks, girl, says Amanda. All right. So thank you guys for joining me. I wish that I could figure out how to do these, the little ambiance and stuff. I might have to reach out to a couple of booktubers that I know that have done it and ask them how they do it so that I could get that going. So I'm thinking, let's see. Oh, book. Did you start the book share?
I didn't.
You did it?
I think now that I've cast on and I've done like 5 rows, I think I'm going to take some time and then start because I wanted to start it before and now it's the first, so it's like we got to get going.
Yeah. So I am just on page 4. So I didn't get very far in it. However, already I'm loving this little town. So the just on page 1, she's talking about how some movies were filmed in the town, and so the town kind of some like horror movies maybe or scary movies were filmed there, and so the town kind of leaned into it and made itself kind of a Halloween themed town to promote themselves and their businesses and stuff. And it totally reminded me just a little bit of Astoria, Oregon, where Goonies was filmed. Goonies is one of my family's favoriteest films.
Right.
And I went on a cruise in 2019 that started in Vancouver and it stopped in Astoria. And one of the excursions that you could book through the cruise line was the Goonies tour. So I booked it, but something happened and they ended up canceling it. So I was very disappointed, but
Oh.
I was like, nope, but I still have to do something Goonies related. So in the little town there of Astoria, oh, I had the Pomodoro kitty to remind me. I was going to try to put that on the screen, but I couldn't figure it out. But in Astoria, they have Museum of Film, the Oregon Museum of Film, and it's in the jailhouse that was in Goonies. That was the jailhouse in Goonies. That
Oh,
it's like a real jailhouse, and they converted it to this film museum, but they have like the Fratelli's car outside with like the bullet holes, or that style of car. And then when you go inside, they have the cells. They have a cell that has the sign that the Fratelli guy held up, and you can put like a fake like belt around your neck and take a picture with the sign. So I did.
that's
And
cool.
and then they have like all kinds of Goonies memorabilia like up and around there. So it looks like Amanda is going off for dinner. I know she is farther east than us. Have a great dinner, Amanda, and thank you for stopping by. I love it. And again, thanks for your support. And so yeah, it was a lot of fun. So already this book was giving me those kind of vibes of like a town celebrating the films that were filmed there.
Right.
Thanks,
Well,
sister. Y'all have a good night from Amanda.
I'm
Yeah,
just excited to get into it also, just because I feel like it'll put me in the mode of Halloween and fall and October, because like right now, I don't know here, but I just drove home from work a little while ago and I was driving on the freeway and it's 102.
it's a
So
hundred
it's,
and it's 101 right now. And
yeah, just to get into the spirit, like I'm ready for fall, and 102. I'm just like, no.
yeah, my air conditioner is very noisy, so I just have a fan and I'm getting a little hot. So I think I'm going to put my hair up during the next little sprint. And I'm thinking for the next one, maybe we'll do 20 minutes and see
Okay.
how that goes. And yeah, I'm going to put my hair up and maybe redirect the fan so that it's more hitting me because, yeah, it's a warm, warm, hot day.
It
So
is.
and it's only because we're in California, it's only 4 o'clock here. So this is like the high heat of part of the day, and it won't start cooling off for another hour. So yeah, but so yeah, I'm excited with my little cookbook holder that's letting me read while I knit, and I'm enjoying the book so far. I did have a question, if anybody knows. Um, her dog that she has is a Great Pyrenees. I'm going to Google that because I don't know what that dog looks like.
I feel like when I hear Pyrenees, I feel like they're like a tall, thin hunting dog.
Well, she said something about
Maybe?
it hurting, which
Oh.
I get. So, Pyrenees, the Pyrenees Mountains, that's like between France and Spain, and it's like Basque country, and there's like a lot of shepherds and a
Oh,
lot of sheep
right.
and stuff. So, I'm guessing it's a herding dog. And oh, I don't know if you can see this picture. Look at how big that dog is.
Wow.
It's a big dog, but they're very pretty. Look at that.
Oh, they are. They're cute.
Okay, so now I have a picture of Jack Skeleton. That's the dog's name in my head.
Yeah, that's another thing I liked in the description. I'm like, well, of course, if you name the dog Jack Skellington.
Yes. Yeah, so yes, I'm liking it so far. And we'll go ahead and start 20-minute sprint. So we'll see everybody back at 30 minutes after.
All right.
This on here. All right. How'd you do, Cher? Oh, are you muted?
Okay, now page 10.
Oh, you're ahead of me. I am on page 8.
I okay. So, well, I don't want to say.
It's fine.
I am so okay. We picked this book. I was just thinking Halloween, Halloween socks, everything else. I had no idea there was knitting in this book.
Oh. Oh, I see at the top of page 9 there's Pearl that owns the yarn shop.
Yeah, her yarn shop, Stitchcraft.
Stitchcraft, that's funny. Oh, what also I thought was funny is her friend Colby. Her parents are the cheesemakers, and her name is Colby.
Right? And it's like, isn't it oh my gosh, what's the name of the shop? The Ghostly Gouda
Yes. Yes.
with Colby.
Yes, I thought that was pretty funny. So yes, I am a little confused. I think there's because the characters are being introduced like bam 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 bam. So I oops, hold on. Let me get
Yeah,
what
when they threw like Taylor in there all of a sudden, and then I'm like,
yeah,
wait, who's Taylor? Who's this person? Who's that?
yes. Hmm. Yeah, all of a sudden my cat decided he wants to be here.
He's like, I want to be there.
Yeah. He can probably smell the yarn.
But yeah, I just thought it was so great. All of a sudden, I'm like, wait a second, they're talking about um patterns and whips and their needles, and I'm like, wait a second, there's knitting in here.
That's cool. I'm excited about that. Um,
Yeah.
and also because this book, like I said, I've been seeing it around on YouTube. Different people are doing it, and there's a booktuber, Amy Marie, that is doing a readathon with it too this month.
Oh,
So
very cool.
yes, so I feel like I'm gonna have a leg up because I've already started it.
Right.
Yes.
You're like, I'm already ahead.
So we have Jamie that says that she wants her trees to turn colors. She wants fall. Absolutely. Yes. My sister also lives in California, but she lives in closer to the coast in Southern California. And she says that they don't really have seasons where she lives. It's always 70 degrees. It's not,
Mm.
but that's what she says. And the leaves don't turn colors, so she doesn't get the fall colored leaves. And she used to live in Utah, and they did have, gorgeous displays of color there. And so she misses that a lot. But yeah, I was at her house about a month ago, and it was 100 degrees. So I don't need her telling me that it's always 70. It's not. It was super hot.
Yeah, I feel like that's not well anywhere anymore. You never know. Just like now. I mean, I know it's hot in October, but I was not expecting 102.
Yeah. Well, it's down. It's still 101. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. So lots of heat happening in California. I'm almost done with my cuff, and then I'll be adding on my yarn for the leg. I like to do how long of a cuff do you like to do?
It usually ends up being in between an inch and a half um and 2 inches. I feel like with this one, because it is a Halloween sock, like I almost want to make it, I don't know, probably I'm thinking 2 inches. Just because I like the green so much too.
I like a shorter cuff. I like about an inch. So I usually only do 8 or 10 rounds of the cuff. before I switch off to my leg, whether I'm using the same yarn and just switching to stockinette, or
Right.
if I'm switching colors. Um, I do. I don't know why. I just like the shorter cuff.
Well,
Or
plus sometimes, I mean, it won't, I mean, I feel like it stays better the shorter it is, but I just love this green so much. I want a lot of it.
yeah, there's times though when I want a really long cuff, and it's usually because of the color. So
Yep.
I want the longer cuff, and then those cuffs are usually about 2.5 inches when I do a long cuff.
Well, and I feel like too with the color, I mean, there is a lot of green in the main yarn, so I guess I don't have to use all, you know what I mean? I don't have to use all of it for the
That's
cuff.
really pretty.
I'm
What?
interested to see how the black turns up in it because it doesn't seem like there's a ton of black, but if it'll be like just kind of speckled, not speckled, but like just thrown in there, or if it's going to kind of pool, I'm not sure.
What? What was the name of your color again?
Witches stockings.
Witch's stockings. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen so much pretty yarn um, that people have been showing on Instagram. That's all fall colors or Halloween. It's just so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, fall colors are my favorite, so I get super excited when I
Yeah.
see the fall colors.
Yeah, that's your color wheel right there. It's fall.
That's it. That's it exactly. Ugh. And I had a question for you. Saturday is Lambtown.
Yes.
Are you doing other stuff on Saturday?
Oh no, I was planning on going to Lambtown.
So Saturday is also a craft fair that I'm going to be going to, but in the morning. The craft fair opens at 8. So I want to be there when they open and then
Right.
maybe be there, yeah, about an hour or two. And then I was planning on heading to Lambtown after that.
Do you know what time Lambtown opened? Is it
No,
10-ish usually? 9 or 10 maybe?
I was thinking 10, right? Let me see.
That's what I feel like. I feel like it's usually 10. But I could be wrong. I'll have to look it up.
Oh, it says 9 a.m.
Oh,
9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
I wonder if maybe the classes, when they had classes, it started.
Yeah. I'm really excited though to go since I missed out on the yarn crawl.
Yeah, same. I know. And I feel like it'll be, I know some of the booths that I want to go to, I think they have a couple new ones, and then they have a new area that I want to check out over by the sheep barn. And I know they keep posting that, don't worry, even though it's going to be warm, come on out because we're going to have fans. So, fans and air conditioning.
Wow. Um, they had fans that, when was that, last year that we went, that it was super hot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Maybe they need to push it back into November.
I know. Well, especially the bigger it gets and the more, the activities that you have when people want to watch the
Yeah.
animals and stuff outside, like, yeah, it would be nice if it were a little cooler.
Look. All right. So we're coming up on 4:40. Let's do another 20-minute sprint and meet back up at 5, and then maybe just wrap it up for tonight.
Okay, I'm probably going to do maybe like 10 or so. I realize that I have another
No
a,
worries.
appointment, so I'm going to go head out to that. But this is super fun. I hope we do this.
So just jump off whenever you need to, and I will see you later.
Okay, thank you. This is so fun.
All right, so that concludes the sprint for tonight. My first one didn't go horribly bad, I don't think, and hopefully next time I do one, I'll have figured out how to do the little ambiance so that it's not just me on there doing what I'm doing, reading and knitting. But I am so excited to continue reading this book and to continue on my socks. I did finish my cuff and I joined my variegated yarn for the leg. So I'm excited to continue knitting on those. And I'll post my progress on Instagram. I'm also going to post on the community tab and in Instagram some questions about the book, if you're reading the book, how you're liking it, what you think of the characters and such. So be on the lookout for that if you are reading the book. If you chose to read something else or to craft something else, I'd love to hear about it. So on that same community post, go ahead and tell me what it was that you worked on or what it was that you were reading. I'd love to know. Let me put these glasses on so that I can see. So thank you again for joining me for these sprints and the kickoff to the Readlong Knitalong. And I hope to see you all pretty soon. And and continue reading the book and chatting about it and checking on the progress on our projects, whatever crafty project we decided to do. Again, thanks for joining me. We'll see you later, friends. One last comment. Yes, we are Pacific time, Jamie. It was fun. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jamie, for being a part of this. I appreciate it. Bye.